a grand setting and an occasion to savour here. Origin 2 from Perth. Can the Blues send us to a Suncorp decider? We are off. Oh, a big shot here. Another big one. A little bit of space in behind the ruck. Tedesco's away. Cobo! To'o goes back. He missed the To'o. And pushing into the backfield. He's got one to beat. He'll score the first try. Cleary's going to kick. Burton's there. Matt Burton will score for New South Wales. And Palmer away. One header pass. Holmes. Monster. Brilliant by Queensland. Oh, he's in the bin. Luai. Burton. Top. Oh, yes. He's there. Over the top. It's an open passage for Tupou. Jerome Luai. Luai. He's caught them. Jerome Luai. Are they going to strike another blow here? Yes, they are. He's going to score a second in the space of 2 minutes. And this will be a try for New South Wales. The Blues have levelled the series.
Yes, it is official. One apiece in the State of Origin series for 2022. Massive post-game show, and great to have you part of it. Very soon we'll be catching up with Nathan Cleary, one of the stars of the show for the Blues tonight. But first, going to head over to one of the successful first-timers out there on the pitch tonight. Danica, you're with him and his support crew.
Yes, that's right. I'm here with Matt Burton and the entire family as well. They've made the trip from Dubbo. But first of all, Matt, how was that for your first ever State of Origin game?
Yeah, it's a dream come true. It was what I expected and more, so it was unbelievable to get the job done tonight, and especially to do it in front of all my family and this great crowd. It was unreal.
What was the build-up like for you, and then running out to this 60,000 fans in this stadium?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was a great week with all the boys, and we needed to get the job done, and it was great to come out here and do it tonight.
Now, Mum Lisa, girlfriend Zoe, I've got to ask you, how were your nerves throughout this whole match?
Nervous, definitely nervous.
And so you made a 10-hour trip to get here, all the way from Dubbo?
Yep, we left on Friday, and then we flew over on the plane, so it was pretty good. It's been amazing.
How proud are you, having seen what he's achieved here tonight?
Amazing. We knew he could do it all the time, and he's put all the effort in, and he's very determined, so we're so proud of him. It's amazing.
Zoe, how are you feeling tonight?
So proud, it just shows what he can do when he did that out there tonight, and yeah, we're just so proud, so proud.
What's it like, that moment that you came over and you saw the family for the very first time?
Yeah, it means everything, to put this jersey on, and like I said before, to do it in front of all my family and with all them boys, it's been an outstanding week, and to share that with Talakai as well, it's pretty special.
We'll go and enjoy this moment and this moment with the family as well.
Will do. Thanks, Danica.
James, back to you.
Thanks, Danica. Well done to Matty Burton, and well done to the family too. They're great scenes, aren't they? On debut, what a star. And as Matthew Thompson said in commentary, you do get the feeling he might be wearing that sky blue jersey for quite some time. It's a similar story with the bloke on the desk alongside Gus Vatnai and his old Panther teammate in Nathan Cleary. Nathan, congratulations on masterminding that win out there tonight. You must love seeing, having your old Panther teammate there alongside you succeeding so quickly.
Yeah, so pumped for him. That was one of the great debuts. He's just a legend of a bloke as well. He really deserves it. Works so hard, and not only him but Siffer, he came through. But it's been a bit of time at Panthers too, so it's good to see both of them get their Origin debuts and kill it.
It would appear on the face of it that they got it wrong in game one, and that there was panic in the camp. They made 7 changes, but during the week, did you see any panic in Brad Fittler or Greg Alexander at all?
Nah, not at all. We knew that from within we needed to be better, and there was just a few simple things that we needed to change, and it was a great week. Everyone bonded really well, and yeah, we knew we had a job to do, and lucky enough to get that done.
Is there any chance you'll ever miss another goal? I mean, honestly,
don't say that.
8 from 8. Can you give us a break?
Oh, we'll see.
Ignore that.
Try and jinx me.
Nathan, I've got to tell you, you are our official player of the match for tonight, and I think there was a lot of fans here, I think, and those watching at home wouldn't be surprised by that. You and the other big names stood up. Teddy at the back, he was everywhere. Did you take it personally, game one? Because there was a lot of criticism aimed at you.
Not so much the criticism, just more so the fact that I knew I could be better. We knew as a group we could be better, and I just try and play my best for my family, my teammates, and the state we're representing. I'm very lucky and blessed to wear this jersey, and now we've got one more to go, so looking forward to that.
I thought the first half, I said it to James Tedesco, we looked a little bit nervous in the first part of the game. We were moving the ball side to side. As soon as you got that confidence after half-time, completely different look about the attacking game.
Yeah, for sure. I thought it was a little bit frantic, just moving the ball a lot, and we just need to find a few more one-on-one tackles, and we got into our groove in that second half, and yeah, it was good to come on the top.
In game one, they bogged you down with a lot of good kick and chase, and New South Wales didn't do a lot coming out of their own half of the field. Tonight, your back five worked extremely hard on kick reception and got you some good go forward early in the set of six.
Yeah, I thought everyone, our back five, getting behind the ball and just supporting each other was, massive tonight. And I think our back three as well, just those first two carries, they're flying out, trying to get them, and they're just getting their nose down, playing the ball quick, and let everyone else go. You
scored a couple of tries late. Were you surprised at the ease at which you scored them? I mean, it was un-Queensland-like defence, really, wasn't it?
I thought that was kind of just from the platform we built. I thought it was coming a bit in the first half, but we were just a bit of discipline, and then that second half, really put the foot down and build a bit of pressure, and it was good.
Ask the same question to James Tedesco. There's a bit going on in the background there.
I think we might have
they got him.
an unwanted visit around here on the pitch.
Yeah. I said to James Tedesco, I said, all you've done is level the series now. You've got a decider in Brisbane. It's a different animal up there. What do you need to do better, or what do you think you've got to focus on leading into that game?
Yeah, I think we can enjoy this, but, we can't be too pleased with ourselves. We've got to keep working to get better and have that same mentality that we had from this last game. We've got to be hungry and we've got to want it. There's still one more to go. Tonight's great. We really enjoy this, but, there's another job to do. I
thought the Damien Cook coming off the bench worked a treat. I mean, he probably tackled himself to a standstill in game one. Yeah. Didn't have a lot of impact, but getting him fresh off the bench made a complete difference to his running game.
Yeah, I think him and Uppy are such a great tandem. I think Uppy does all that tough stuff and, sort of rolls the forwards quite well, getting us going forward. And then, Cookie's dynamite when he comes on, and obviously a lot fresher than what he was in that first game. So, I thought we worked well.
I don't trust these Queenslanders, mate. They'll come back with something. Have a look at him.
You can't win at Lang Park. We won't. Does it make it easier for you having all those Penrith guys in the team? It's got to make it, Yo and Luau and all of them,
Yeah, I think it makes it a little bit easier. Obviously, we only had 3 training sessions this week, so just some of those combinations, they sort of stick well. But in amongst that, I think everyone gelled. Everyone knew their role, and it was fun. 9
players from that grand final winning Panthers team out there tonight for New South Wales. Well done, Nathan. We'll let you get amongst the party.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations, our player of the match, Nathan Cleary, here tonight. One of the other best out there, Fat's favourite from the evening, is with Alana Ferguson.
Jakey, it's good to see you back in that jersey, mate.
Yeah, it was nice to be out there. Obviously, it was pretty impressive team performance tonight, which really good. Obviously, we've had a couple of good performances here, so it was a really nice night.
You made an enormous difference in the middle of the field. Defence was unbelievable, but who inspires you the most out there?
I don't know, just looking around, there's a lot of good guys, with a lot of confidence, and it's nice to see in camp, like guys like Isaiah Yeo and Cleary, and it's good to play with Appy again. I played with him at Manly 4 or 5 years ago, so it was, it was really nice. It was just a really enjoyable week, and getting to play with that calibre of players was special.
For as tough as Origin is, you had a lot of possession, but you earned it, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. It was nice, It was, we come home strong, but it was a lot of possession our way, so I guess we can't get too far ahead of ourselves, but as you said, we did earn it, and we played really well. We defended well, which was nice, yeah.
I know you love your footy and you love your family, so did anyone come over here to Perth to support you?
Yeah. My mum, my dad, my partner Alex, and our family friend Matt. So it was really nice night. They love coming. They always support me, and it was cool.
Amazing game, mate. Go and enjoy the celebrations.
Thanks, Lana. Cheers.
You reckon he's happy to be back playing State of Origin footy?
No, he was amazing. He made a hell of a difference tonight.
Yeah, well done, Jakey. Welcome back to the big stage and helping his team put a smile on that man's face. Brad Fittler will be catching up with him shortly as we head to the Blues sheds. But a reminder, between games 2 and 3 of this Origin series, we're all set to keep you entertained on Nine's Whitewater Sports with a couple of weeks of great tennis from the All England Championships.
Grand Slam Tennis returns on 9 and Stan Sport. Beginning tomorrow night, the All England Lawn Tennis Club hosts the most prestigious event on the tennis calendar, Wimbledon.
The Australians' run will continue.
All the traditions and ceremony brought to life on the screens of 9 with every memorable moment of every match streamed live on Stan Sport. It's a huge season of tennis, and the only place you will see all 4 Grand Slams is on Nine's Wide World of Sport.
Cleary now, over the top, it's an open passage for Tupou. A beautiful pass by New South Wales made man. Jerome Luai. Luai, he's caught them. Jerome Luai found a hole and exploded.
Yeah, didn't they love it? That second half romping with it. 14-12 at the break, and New South Wales eventually 44-12 to finish things off tonight. Joey's joined Gus, Fat and I at the desk. Before we get stuck into some key moments from the match that was, let's head over to Alana with another special guest.
Critter, a little bit of a masterclass out there tonight. How did you find it?
Yeah, I found it, it was heaps good. The boys definitely put in the preparation throughout the week, and definitely felt flat after the game 1 loss. So the boys wanted to turn it around, and it was good preparation leading into the game, so the boys won.
Was it different preparation? Was the vibe a little bit different coming in?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a do or die. And I think we needed that, really needed that grit in us, just to play hard and play on everything, and just be ready for anything. So the boys really put in that preparation well this week, and we prepared well, so it was good.
Plenty of the Penrith boys were on the other side, but you got to team up with Daniel Tupou. How did you find that combination?
Yeah, it was good. He's good at adapting at little things, and he told me what his strengths and weaknesses are. I told him what my strengths and weaknesses are, so we put both of our strengths together and just try and make the most of it. So we took our opportunities, and many more to come.
One of your strengths, setting up Crichton for the try?
Yeah, it was good. I think it was just bouncing back across field, and it was just Jakey was just pushing into space, so it was good to just play what's in front, and I just hit him, and it was good.
How did you find the intensity of this game?
Pardon?
How did you find the intensity of this game, the second?
Yeah, it's really tough. I think just in both areas, I think it's every play is just on and on, and it's really 100% hard. Yeah.
Great game. Go and enjoy it.
Nah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Stephen Crichton, one of the 7 Panthers out there on display in that New South Wales side tonight, and he loved linking up with his teammates Jerome Luai and Nathan Cleary, who, Andrew, is our player of the match. We spoke to him moments ago. Love to get your thoughts with our Telstra tracker technology just to show how dominant he was tonight.
Oh, well, the forwards did the job for him early, and then he just put the polish on it. He was incredible tonight. For what he's doing at his age as a halfback at this level, there hasn't been a halfback who's done that in Origin. His trajectory is going up and up. Some of these passes, his kicking, his running game, he's controlling the tempo of the game. He's knowing when to accelerate the team. It was a masterclass, and doing it all on his own. When he first came into Origin, the only knock I had on Nathan was his creativity, playing outside the structure, taking risks. And he's doing it all now. He's playing like a halfback who has played here at this level for 10 years. And he just had it on the string tonight. And to do it against the truly elite, he pulled their pants down so many times.
He's got a very underrated running game, hasn't he?
Well, it's just
I'd like to see him run more.
Well, Gus, you probably had a lot more to do in his junior footy. Did he have much of a running game?
No, look, his strengths were his running game, his support game, and his kicking game. And for a kid, he had great defence, which halfbacks, they can struggle in that area. Nathan's never really struggled in defence. I think that second half tonight was one of the truly great halfback performances in Origin history. It ranks up with the best of all time in what he did during that period. The first half was a little frantic. He was kind of a little bit side to side, and he was trying to find something. And I think the grubber kick for Burton just got a spark in him, and all of a sudden he started to tear Queensland apart. The 2 players that no one will talk about that I thought were terrific were the early kicks. The early kick for the 40-20 down into that corner, which ended up in an error, and the early chip kick down in this corner, which got Ponga in goal. Line dropout, and they scored from the line dropout. Then he really got into his rhythm. The long pass over the top to Tupou, the dummy, the show and go. And he was really good. Played off the back good forwards, but as the game went on, he got into another another stratosphere of his own performance.
Yeah. Well, one man that would have loved what Nathan put on, particularly in that second half here tonight, is his coach, Brad Fittler, who joins us live right now. Bradley, congratulations. The series is levelled. How would you best sum up what you saw out here at Optus Stadium tonight?
I thought they played like they trained. They trained really hard all week. Mostly try to fit more in than we normally would. But they realised we had to do the work. I think the changes made a difference. We had some real defence-minded people in there that worked hard for us. And I was just listening to Gus talk about Nathan's game where, on the back of, their outside backs got up quick and they got a try early and got them thinking, and then Nathan's kicking towards the end of the game, just really dominant.
Freddie, it must be sweet for you. You were criticised by so many people leading in about the changes. For them to come out and perform the way they did for you must be really satisfying.
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times now, so I really got to put it on the players because they're the ones that they're really criticising the players. I'm just here making the changes. My job to pick a team I think is going to win. Simple as that. And for them to come out and stand up for us, I think that's the biggest accolade you can get as a coach. So, mate, whatever changes I think have to be made to win a game, mate, I'm happy to be called a dud coach or whatever. I can live with that. But for them to back us up with our decisions is what it's all about.
Bradley, I thought you won it in the first half with your defence because you kept Carrigan quiet, you kept Collins quiet, you kept Papali'i quiet. They didn't make any ground, and Jake Trbojevic was a big part of that. But every player lifted in defence, and Queensland hardly made any ground there.
Yeah, when we watched the first game back, Fatty, we never really competed there. And I've got to say, Queensland were fantastic at it. So, although we're great at it today, I think they'll do what we do. They'll walk away and go, you know what, New South Wales won in the ruck, and I think it's going to be a great game up at Suncorp. So, but I think the first half was so important to us, mate. To find a pace and a rhythm and stick to it the whole game was on the back of what they did early.
Bradley, in game one, I said that New South Wales struggled coming out of their own end of the field, that they didn't try a lot from that end of the field. They weren't good on kick reception. Tonight, your back five were outstanding. There were always options for anyone who caught the ball, someone to pass it to. They were moving it early in the set of six, and it really ran Queensland ragged and got you some cheap meters on a number of occasions. Must have been happy with your back five tonight.
Yeah, big job by the centres. Get them back and put yourself in a position to get the ball, not only just to be behind the ball, but to get the ball. It's a big difference. So, it's those little efforts around the field. But, conversely, if you go down the other end, our tackle 2 and 3 down their end was really good. So, I thought we won that part of the game. And in that, I'd say, was mostly the difference.
And your two debut players, Matt Burton and Sifa Talakai, they really went well?
They were great. Matt Burton, not only scored a try and some nice kicks, but come up with a steal at a really important time in the game. And Sifa was great. We're sort of working out where to put him on, and I was so happy we could just get him some runs. You can just see he's an absolute nightmare to tackle. So I really enjoyed being around him this week. Got to know him. Don't really know Sifa, but I'm better for knowing him.
So, Coach, obviously making 8 changes is the key to success. How are you going to make 8 changes for Game 3? What are you going to...
Well, Joey looked pretty fit when I saw him earlier, so see if I call on the 8.
Well done, Bradley. Love your work. Congratulations, and we'll see you back at work next weekend. Brad Fittler, New South Wales coach, after his winning performance out there tonight. Simply brilliant. The mention of Matt Burton there, Andrew, those kicks, we were expecting them. We spoke pre-match about them. Got about a half dozen.
How high is this roof? You reckon it's 70 metres?
Got to be.
It went out. Yeah. It went above the roof. You coached Andrew Walker. He was one of the sweetest timers of the ball. But this kick here, I've never seen. That wasn't the one. The other one where Murray Tuolangi, poor bloke, I think it's this one. It just kept going and going and going and going and going and going. Mate, they're impossible to catch.
I knew he had a great kicking game from his junior rep days, but obviously playing centre, he hasn't had to use it at the Panthers over the last 2 or 3 years. So when he arrived at the Bulldogs, I said, make sure you're getting plenty of practice, but all the other stuff too. Short kick-offs, short line dropouts, your long kicks, your kicks for touch, your 40-20s. And I said, practice these spiral bombs and all that. And I thought maybe 2 or 3 off-seasons, it'd take him 3 years to get it right. Took him 3 months. Yeah. He lands it on a dime. He's phenomenal. with the way he kicks the ball. It's incredible.
It's freakish and a hell of a talent.
Is that the dad?
And they made the most of it.
It's so good.
Yep.
Brilliant family, and what a ride they got tonight. Matty Burton, a try on debut, and a successful Blue. Now, just a reminder too, if you missed any of tonight's Origin action, head to the 9Now app or stream the full match. There's a mini match there, highlights. It's all free, so download the app, 9Now, or go to 9now.com.au. As always, coming out of a State of Origin match, there's plenty of news. Let's get the latest on it with Danica.
James, yes, there is a fair bit of news coming out of this one. So the first bit of concern could be for New South Wales and for Penrith as well. So Nathan Cleary, he was put on report for this contact with Kalen Ponga. Now, we actually spoke to the referee officials when this happened and when he was put on report, and the way that they explained it was for the contact. So they interpreted it as the initial contact on Ponga. Now, Ponga had to go off for a head injury assessment after this, and speaking to the Queensland doctor post-match, he actually said it was a Category 1, and so that's pretty serious for Ponga. He wasn't in a great state after the match, so he'll have to go through the protocols to see whether he'll be fit to play, not only for Newcastle going forward, but also for the Maroons in Game 3. The other concern, this one could be for the Blues. Damien Cook could be in a little bit of hot water for this tackle on Harry Grant. We got him in a pretty awkward position late in the game, so he'll have to wait and see what the match review committee has to say about this one. But the major concerns, of course, Cleary on report, and then Kalen Ponga with that head injury as well.
Okay, thank you, Danica. Plenty to discuss coming out of tonight's match. Now stick around, because coming up, Darren Lockyer, we're hanging him from the roof. The 70-metre high roof, Andrew, after losing his bet with Gal. But what about this news? Gus, I know you're excited about this. 100% footy tomorrow night, live at a special time of 8:30 on 9 Go. So make sure you join Gus, Gal and all the team, including myself, wrapping up
Live.
Origin 2.
Never. First time ever.
Roll. Prime time, baby. Look at
How
Lockie's
good.
reading.
Lockie.
Oh, dear. Stay with us. Lockie.
Are those pants brown?
Hanging from there in just a moment.
This is a good way to get it sweaty palms.
Here's Burton now. Dally M, centre of the year. Luai, Burton, top. Oh, yes, he's there. Lovely ball movement. Cleary's going to kick. Burton's there. Matt Burton will score for New South Wales off a lovely bit of deft touch. Here's Burton. Here it goes. Whoa! Is it ever going to come down? Burton, they're picking up a lot of yardage on that left edge, aren't they?
Oh, it's a one-on-one strip.
Well, what a debut for Matt Burton.
Debuting in style, Matt Burton, the star for the Blues this evening. Cam Smith has joined Joey and Gus and I at the desk. Evening to you, Cam. Get your thoughts on what unfolded very soon. But Andrew, we need your 1, 2 and 3 points in that order, please.
Player of the match?
Yep.
One first.
Yep, one, thank you.
One goes to Jake Trbojevic. I thought he set the game up perfectly. Did all the dirty work that no one sees. Defence was unbelievable. 2, the fella next to him, Tedesco, was just out of this world. He bobbed up everywhere. Played fullback, halfback, run like a front rower. He was outstanding. Great captain's knock. And 3, this may surprise people, Nathan Cleary. It's just, I got here, I spoke to Danny Vidiris, and he said yesterday they did the captain's run, and he stayed behind for an hour and a half, kicking, working out the angles, kicking for goal, different surface. Just goes to show. You put the extra work in, look what happens.
And his 24-point haul tonight, the second most points in Origin history for one single match, second only to Ryan Girdler. So well done, Nathan, with his couple of tries, and 8 from 8 off the boot tonight. Now, Cam, Queensland, where'd it go wrong?
They're very disappointed in the dressing sheds, first off, Brace. I think from the very first kickoff, the very first tackle, you could see the intent that New South Wales had tonight. And they were a desperate footy side, weren't they? They had to come here and play their best football to be, to keep their series alive. And I just don't think that we responded all that well to the way that they played tonight. And they were a little bit down. I thought it was an extremely courageous effort. You could see here, on the screen, the coach chatting to a few of the guys, and heads are down a little bit. But we get the opportunity now to go back to Brisbane for Game 3, which is going to be a huge match, to try and be better than what we were tonight. And the guys knew full well that New South Wales were going to come here as a desperate footy side, and they played that way. They played their very best football. I thought they were outstanding tonight, the Blues. But just those small areas, we dropped off a lot of tackles. We gave, James Tedesco, as Joey mentioned, he was enormous. He was everywhere. He was playing several different positions tonight. He made huge meters and got New South Wales away to really good starts. It was almost like they were on the attack every time they touched the football tonight. So there's a few things to learn from. Again, you can't question the effort by the Queensland boys. They hung in there really, really well all night. They just needed to be smarter at stages.
Any changes?
Oh, look, it's probably a little bit too early to think about that at the moment, Joey.
8's the magic number, apparently.
8.
Yeah. Got to make 8 changes.
Look, I don't think there'll be 8 changes made to the Queensland side. There's a few banged up boys in there that need to be assessed from the doctors, and they got to go. Of course, they got to go back to their club teams now and have a week of football. So. Yeah, look, I just hope everyone's healthy and they all get an opportunity to get back
ears
into
clean,
game
mate.
three.
You're cleaning those ears.
Yeah.
Hey, let's.
You two boys played more Origin than anyone. The mentality of coming off a win and into the next game when you're not playing at home, and mentality is such a big part of this level of the game. Could you see that Queensland were probably just a little off in their performance tonight with the security of Game 3 in Queensland? Because it was nowhere near as intense as what it was in Game 1.
Well, if there was any sort of issues, Gus, it wasn't glaring. Maybe there were a couple of small signs during the week, but when we're over here in Western Australia, they train with great intensity. Their concentration levels were great. It just, in those small moments, I think New South Wales were much more desperate tonight, and they wanted those small moments more.
All right, let's hear from the coach, Billy Slater. Now obviously disappointed with the result here tonight. The series level. There is a short time ago.
Yeah, there's some good stuff that we'll take out of tonight. I thought the boys were quite brave and courageous for the first 50 minutes, and things snowballed against us. We contributed to it, so we'll take a fair bit out of it. But like you said, it's 1-1 now, and we're back on the starting line.
Media, we'll put it straight up to you.
What went wrong, Billy? What was the difference out there?
That was a bit. No, like I said, I think that first 50 minutes was a good contest, and then New South Wales just started playing with a little bit more energy than us, and some concentration things crept into our game, and we compounded that. So that's where it was decided.
And all week there was no complacency in this group, but as the match went on, it felt like the score line just really started to get away from the team. Do you feel like in the later stages of the game they ever did kind of throw the towel in at all?
Yeah, no, I don't think they threw the towel in. I think it's probably more concentration than complacency. I think we lacked a little bit of concentration in our roles, and it wasn't any one player. It was pretty much across the board. There was a lot of things that players sort of lost their concentration, and that just helped New South Wales gain a little bit of energy, which they already had.
Billy, how much of that's down to fatigue?
Billy Slater there, the Queensland coach, speaking just a short time ago following tonight's 44 points to 12 loss to New South Wales. A decider July 13, Wednesday night at Suncorp Stadium now awaits us. Now, Queensland lost the match. That meant Darren Lockyer lost a bet. Yes, at the moment, he's straddled up high above the stadium here. You can see us on our set, safe and sound on the ground, but we're going to send Spidey Cam up there to come and say good day to you, Lockie. How you feeling?
Spider Cam, here it comes. Wow. It is a great view up here, but I tell you what, the moment you walk the other side of that gate, that balcony, it's like, shit.
So what is he going to jump off to?
What's happening?
So what do you actually got to do here?
Mate, I've got to turn around and just hang my legs over the edge here and then lean back.
Tell you what.
Stuff you, girl. Stuff you, girl. We'll do something in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Maybe the Caco's got something to do with it.
Yeah, I was about to say, take Gal out in Caxton Street if the Blues lose. What's it like? You got an adrenaline rush going there? You look pretty comfortable.
I've been standing here.
Yeah, you've been waiting a while.
And I got some sweaty hands, I tell you.
Well done, mate.
Right, so
Well
Thanks,
done.
guys. Too good, New South Wales tonight. Too good.
Yep,
Good sport.
and
Good
you
sport.
paid the price. Thanks, Lockie. Good sport as always too, mate. Now stay with us. We've got, as Lockie recovers and probably tries to find a cold one, we've got a lot of footy to look forward to this weekend. Very soon we'll preview Beanie for Brain Cancer round, some great matchups. You're watching Nine's exclusive live and free coverage of Lockie hanging from the stadium and State of Origin 2. We're back in just a moment. For now, quick update from Joel Kane over at Sportsbet.
Good evening, everyone. Game 3 odds are up already. If you check the Sportsbet app, have we got it right? What do you think? Have we lined it up properly here? Looking forward to Game 3 already. Now, let's talk about the National Rugby League as we start to dive into the back end of the season. Grand final winner. Now, we've pulled the data for bets placed in June. So recent bets as far as this grand final is concerned, I can tell you this, they are believing up there in North Queensland, 25%. So 1 in 4 bets for the grand final in June has gone the way of Toddy Payton's men, the Cowboys. People think, yep, that's enough. We can see it. Billy Slater, by the way, he said on the Footy Show months ago, he thought that the Cowboys were the third wheel in this competition. So there you go. It's playing out okay to this point. Now, as far as the grand final Quinella is concerned, you naturally think the Penrith Panthers and the Melbourne Storm, but be warned, 3 of the last 12, 1 versus 2 have met in the grand final. So it's more unlikely than likely. So who have you got? Is it Melbourne going through? Is it the Panthers going through? And if so, who are they playing? Maybe they do buck the trend and meet each other in the grand final. Top try scorer, great time. This is a competitive market. So too the top point scorer. Top try scorer, you saw him versus Samoa, Taylor May. Taylor May, the team ahead. Taylor May is scoring for fun. He's a terrific player, Taylor May. He's going to go close to win this top try scorer. Top point scorer, Ryan Pappenhausen's been out for, it feels like decades, but he's still right in the mix to win the top point scorer, Ryan Pappenhausen. I love how he plays. He's very, very shallow. He's always in the picture. When you see the pictures for the Channel 9, etc., you see him always on the ball, Ryan Pappenhausen. He's a big chance to win the top point scorer when he comes back. But anyway, enjoy it, and most importantly, gamble responsibly.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Are they going to strike another blow here? Yes, they are! And it's Nathan Cleary who has masterminded this operation tonight. Making a lot of yardage here at New South Wales. Cleary, he's going to score a second in the space of 2 minutes.
Yes, 59,358,000 fans here tonight to see the Blues send the State of Origin series of 2022 through to a decider. Let's head to the Sheds now on the back of their win this evening. Gal, take it away.
Hey guys, down in the change room, the Blues change room. Let's come and see a couple of stars of tonight. Got Matty Burton here. Mate, try and debut, how was that?
Yeah, it's pretty special, mate. It was a great performance from the boys, and to get a little made play was pretty nice.
And what about another big play, one-on-one steal at the back end of the game was pretty crucial also?
Yeah, for sure. We've been practicing all week, so it was good to pull one off.
How'd you find the week? How'd you find the week doing with all these boys? Your first game in, how'd you find it?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous, it was outstanding, learned a lot, and it was a great week down at Scarborough, and then we come into the city, and it was just a great week with the boys, and good to get the job done tonight.
You're fantastic, mate. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Let's go over here. We'll see Angus Crichton. Big fella, how you going?
Yeah,
how was that? A bit better than last time?
Yeah, mate, it's solid. I think, to get back in the team's an honour, and stoked to get a win with the boys.
And what about scoring the try, the final try of the game? That was good.
Yeah, mate, running through the middle there. Bit of foreign territory for me, but, mate, Jakey Trbojevic, the way that he played tonight, that lead, mate, there was that much space there. All I did was put it down.
And everyone spoke about all week. Freddie said you played the way you trained. It was a pretty intense week of training.
Yeah, well, I think that's where we needed to win the game this week, was through the middle and with the power and how we carry our intent with our defence. So, it was a good reaction.
Well done, well done. Over here to Isaiah Yeo, one of the boys in the middle of the field. How was it in the middle of the field? It was very evident from the start of the game tonight how much tough you were in defence.
Yeah, it was. I thought the ruck control was a lot better this week. It was obviously a point we'd spoken about all week that we needed to be better at, something we trained at all week. So I felt like they did that really good in game one. I felt like we sort of matched it in game two, and obviously able to go over the top from there. So, no, really good win.
And I thought Jake Trbojevic was a difference tonight. I thought he was outstanding, and his defence is brutal out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He cuts blokes in half. he's so passionate too. It was talking at half time. He just loves it. Means the world to him. So great to have him back in the team.
You ready for a decider up in Brisbane?
Yeah, can't wait. Big cracker.
Well, good luck. Rightio, over here, one of my favourites. The grub, here he is. the grub, Liam Martin. How'd you go, mate? How'd you go?
I really enjoyed it. I thought we played a lot better than the first game, and I loved every minute of it.
Mate, how'd you deal with some of the, I've got to say trash talk, it was crap talk, there was absolutely nothing in what happened, mate, and I love you, but some of the talk that happened, how'd you deal with it?
No, I couldn't really care less. It was just someone talking shit pretty much, but no, I didn't mind. Sort of got sprayed by all the boys back home, sending it through like, they finally know what you like and whatnot. But I didn't really care.
It's brilliant, mate. And the week of training sounded pretty intense. Was it pretty physical at training throughout the week?
Yeah, it was. Having the boys like Victor and Gus, really, they brought the intensity. They just changed it to a whole new level. And having them in camp really just set a new standard. And it showed in how we played tonight.
Well, mate, you're off to a decider. All the best and keep doing what you're doing.
Cool. Cheers.
Over to you, Brace.
Thank you very much, Gal. Great to hear from some of the Blues. Chuffed to be out there tonight and in and amongst it. Speaking of Blues, lady in the blue jacket, Alana Ferguson here, very subtle. The clean sweep this weekend, Alana. You were there for Women's Origin last night in Canberra.
Right. 4.
Under-19s, doubleheader on Thursday. 4 from 4. But last night, you talk about how physical this was this evening. The ladies didn't hold back in Canberra. That was a hell of a match.
Oh, it was an amazing game of rugby league. I think what helped this game as well is coming off the back of the NRLW season. They've been playing that high-quality football heading into it. But it was honestly unbelievable. Cam, you were just saying that you guys watched the game in camp. But from your perspective, how did you sort of see it play out? Because I could talk about it for days on end.
Look, Alana, it was a great game of footy. The entire squad, coaching staff, we all tuned in to watch the Women's State of Origin match, and it was a great game of footy. It's exactly what Origin was about. It's so physical, isn't it? So physical. They're just tough girls. New South Wales were very good. How good is Emma Tonegata?
She's a freak.
Oh,
she's got an Olympic gold medal for a reason. But I just thought the way that the Blues played the game, the first 30 minutes was a grind, and then I just thought they out-coached them a little bit. They used their outside backs plenty and opened them up, used the footy, but it was impressive.
Yep.
Very impressive.
The more Women's Origin we see, we're off to 2 games from next year, and eventually it has to be 3.
2 games, yeah. Look, for me, it needs to either be 1 or 3.
Yep.
And I know the women want that too.
Yep.
So, but yeah, let's push for 3.
No doubt it'll happen. So that's Origin done and dusted at this point anyway. This week, though, round 16 of the NRL, Beanie for Brain Cancer round, always a highlight of the NRL calendar. And, of course, when you get the chance to dig deep, buy a beanie to support the Mark Hughes Foundation. You can purchase your beanies at the games or head online to markhughesfoundation.com.au. And I tell you what, the feature games through the weekend, I know you'll love this one, Cam. Thursday night, Seagulls v Storm. Always a ripper.
Well, back at 4 Pines, when I played there, it was Brookie. And, the Storm, they love getting up for this one. And there's a couple of Storm boys win this game tonight, and they'd be a little bit disappointed. So they'll be pretty keen to get back out on the paddock as soon as they can and get back amongst it again. Just Cam Munster, just a bit of ice on that shoulder, so they'll have to see. The medical staff in Melbourne just have to see how he pulls up, whether they risk him playing or not. They're in a really good position. They're sitting second on the ladder, so we'll have to see how he pulls up.
We watch and wait. Munster, Grant, Kafusi, Cherry Evans, Trebojevic, all players that, at least at this stage, listed to be playing in that game. Panthers, Roosters, we're off to the Riff, Alana, on Friday night. This could be something, in particular, all those Panthers backing up tonight. And you've passed Tedesco, Tupou and Crichton from tonight for the Roosters.
Well, the Roosters are sitting in at 9th at the moment. Penrith obviously at 1, but you've got to think the confidence that those Penrith Panthers take out of tonight's game heading in. I mean, like Luai taking the line on Nathan Cleary. Enough's been said about the way that he's been playing. But then you look at the way that Teddy played too. He absolutely blitzed them. So probably more riding on the Roosters' performance, but it's going to be hard going to Penrith.
I wonder with the amount of Penrith players that were involved in Origin tonight, I wonder if they back up, Joey. They're comfortably in first.
I don't think all of them will. I think one of the halves will, whether Jerome or Nathan gets rested. But I think Tai will be rested. I think they'll rest a few.
Would you want to be rested if you were in that scenario?
Yep.
I like the wrong person there.
Lucky to get me out of Perth.
I was about to say. 10 Origin players are set to be featuring in that match. Obviously, you'd expect Joseph Suwali to play a key role.
Talking to Brad Fittler before the game, I was asking him about Joseph Suwali, and he said there's not a minute of the day where he's not working on his game, working on his body, or preparing himself. He said he's just so professional. This is what you're looking at there is an absolute superstar who is going to be at top of the tree for the next 15 years. He is one of the great young players coming through, and such a great young fella too. It's yeah. And he's a New South Welshman.
No. And Dragons Raiders, Sunday Footy Live on 9. That's where the round wraps up. What happens there?
What's that?
How do you pick it?
Knights Titans.
Canberra. Oh.
Hope Kalen plays. Can someone go and check on Kalen?
How was it? He looks battered.
Yeah, well, no,
Category 1 concussion or something?
I spoke to him in the sheds after, and he gave me the thumbs up, so I think he's okay. He's just a bit battered and bruised. This man here,
and he hunts.
He'll be pretty keen to get back out there and skip at the Dragons. They were impressive in their last match, weren't they, against the Rabbits? 32 points and a half.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Very good.
It's in Wollongong, this one, isn't it? Queen Stadium?
Your territory.
You beauty.
You're the mayor of Wollongong these days. More to come from Optus Stadium here in Perth in just a moment. But of course on 9, as we speak, there's been plenty happening in the world of swimming. The 2022 FINA World Championships continue live and on demand on 9 now. Catch the Aussies in action for both the men's and women's water polo matches, plus the finals of the diving and the open water swimming. Whatever your taste, 9 now is your one-stop shop for the world champs in Budapest, Hungary. We're back in just a moment.
This ship has taken me far away from my memories of the people who care if I live or die.
The siren sounds. The Blues have levelled the series in emphatic fashion. 7 tries to 2 and a 44-12 scoreline in favour of New South Wales.
Yeah, the expression on Jakey's face says it all, doesn't it? It's the best. Oh, the big man child. We love him.
Still going.
He can't wipe that smile off that man's face. It'll be there till game 3, which of course, decider set up July 13. It's a Wednesday night at Suncorp Stadium. It will be sold out. I hear that's only single seats available as we speak right now. So huge event, which will be the big countdown. Literally
all the texts I'm getting off my friends. Yes, no, I cannot get you tickets.
Oh my God!
6 tickets?
Yeah.
Ticket text. No, I can't get you any tickets. Leave me alone. Anyway.
Well said.
Yeah.
Let's get an update from Joel Kane over at Sportsbet.
Good evening again, everyone. And Wimbledon is set to rock and roll. And hasn't Ash Barty, the proud Queenslander, hasn't she just given the keys to Wimbledon to Iga Świątek, who's just absolutely dominating at the moment, cannot get beat. Very, very short here to win the ladies' Wimbledon. As far as the men is concerned, I don't mind saying this, I love Rafa. And he needs to get one more, I reckon, to put Novak in a checkmate position to be the greatest, most prolific winner in Grand Slams of all time. So I'm on camp Rafa. He's about $8. If you do like Novak, by the way, he can go through the whole Open undefeated as far as sets are concerned. So without dropping a set, you're getting about $9 there for Novak. If you're looking for the better price there, he'll be keen to bridge the gap between he and Rafa. Tour de France is coming up. A couple of Australians in the mix. You've got Benny O'Connor. He's $34 to take it out. It's a brutal affair, the Tour de France. And you've also got Jackie Haig at $61. Dreams are free, boys. You never know. UFC, he's done this before. He's looking for a hat-trick against Holloway. We're talking about Alexander the Great Volkanovski. I don't know why he keeps turning up, Holloway. He keeps getting the same result. I think the same's going to happen here, according to the betting with Sportsbet now. The golf this month comes up. Colin Morikawa won last year's Open. You're getting around $17 for Colin to go back-to-back. Rory, who's been putting a few little jabs into the LIV team, he is the favourite to win the Open there. But look, there's plenty of tips, there's no doubt about that. And you get them on the WhatsApp, you mate share your tips, but the very, very best tip, make sure whichever bookmaker you use, they have these safety deposits as far as deposit limits go. So safety measures, deposit limits. I've done it myself for many, many years. Take a sec before you bet, set up a deposit limit, and most importantly, gamble responsibly.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
And that is where we wrap up our exclusive live and free coverage of State of Origin 2 in Perth. A very big thank you, Andrew Johns. No tickets, please. Cameron
No tickets.
Smith. Thank you, Cameron.
Thanks, Grace.
As always, next time. And Alana, congratulations on a big round from you as well. Thank you very much for your company too. We cannot wait to have your company though for the big one, the State of Origin Decider, July 13, the Wednesday night at Suncorp. It will be sold out. Don't ask Andrew for tickets. But on behalf of the Widewater Sports team, well done to New South Wales tonight. Simply too good in the end. Jerome, he's happy. Yeah, he's a proud Westie, isn't he? Well done to the Blues, and we'll see you for Game 3. Bye for now.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.